everyone. This is RAND. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, April 22, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. This Sunday, I'm doing a PAO webinar. I'm going to talk about a lot of things, which is the 27th, PAO.com. Link to register is on our homepage under TFCC. Our mind is our ticket to prison or freedom. If the mind has mastered you, then you will be in prison. In the event that you master your mind, you will be free. It's as simple as that from that perspective. And the only way to master the mind is through meditation. No other way. There's no other way in this very now moment. And so see, it's kind of a dilemma because the majority of us on this planet do not know this. They're not there with it yet. They just do not know it. To make them any different than anybody else? Nope. They don't know it yet. Some of us know it, and some of us have made the commitment to master the mind, which the ego is attached to. Once we do that, then we master our thoughts. See, because the ego mind dictates the thoughts, believe it or not, and then we embrace those thoughts and we give them energy and we bring them into our reality and then we experience them. But when we realize that thoughts are just thoughts, that's it. They come and go. They're just thoughts. They have no power. They have no direction whatsoever until one of us decides to take one of those thoughts and make it our reality. That's it. That's how it works. Now, currently, none of us know everything there is to know just yet. We will, but we don't yet. And that's a kind of an ongoing, because in a millisecond you could know everything that there is to know, and then new stuff is coming in from the collective. So you're always receiving new stuff, okay? It's not like a redundancy where you're receiving a lot of the same stuff over and over again. When we're talking about your consciousness, the God that you are in the body, that's where you're plugged into the cosmos, to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And that changes, it shifts, because so much information in this very now moment across this galaxy and across this universe and beyond is being added. One might ask, well, there's got to be some redundancy because some of us are reliving the entire thing over and over again. But it's endless. The information is endless. It's different in many ways because of the perspective of the God within whatever life form it chooses to be in. So we continue to expand our awareness. And we continue to create more things that we can experience to increase our awareness and to go to higher levels of divine perfection. In a way, all of us are moving on the same path to the same discovery. We're just all doing it in different ways. Now see, these vehicles, right? These bodies, you want to call them bodies, vehicles, vessels, that we're living in are super manifesting vehicles in a multidimensional infinite universe, which has unlimited potentiality and energy to create anything. Let this idea open your mind right now. Choose to drop all limited perceptions you used to have about what is possible and what is not. This is the greatest opportunity of a lifetime, to be open to that anything is possible, and allow this moment to sink down into your body. Follow it into your deepest, innermost essence, where you can relax and connect with the most fertile soil, your soul. Now, our core essence, our pure consciousness, is the only place we can experience the truth of who we are. It is where we will know ourselves as divine. It is not through a new idea presented by the mind that we will discover this awesome discovery. It is only through the heart of our presence, the now, the spiritual source of you, where you can reveal the only thing that is truly real, which is what? You, the God that you are, and that super manifesting, powerful body. Now, this is not hard to do. It's a simple exploration that only a childlike curiosity can handle. So look deeply inside. You are this true essence already. It is what you've been searching for your entire life. It is so close to you that if you're using the mind at all, you're going to miss it. Period. This profound inner experience doesn't happen by thinking about it, right? You can think about it. We're trying to make it happen. In fact, it's just the opposite. We drop into it when we have let go of all efforting, completely stopped thinking, and simply start resting and relaxing into our innermost being. See, we don't relax on ourselves. See, in this meditation, you make the commitment to find a comfortable position with no outside distraction, and you relax into the body, and you're as still as a statue, and you focus on your breath rising and falling. That moves you into the now. You leave the ego mind alone. It's there, but you leave it alone. You're in the now, and you're only focused on one thing, the present moment. Whatever it is you may be doing or not doing, that's it. That's the practice. And as you practice it every day, you begin to realize and become more aware and more clear that what? That you sense a God within you. You sense this power, omnipotent power. And see, when we enter these bodies are conduits. You see, while we're in the body, we can manifest anything we choose. That's it. That's a fact. But When you believe otherwise, and you have been seduced by the ego mind, that won't happen. And that's proof positive on this planet that any of us could step outside it and watch and know this. It's rampantly prevalent on this planet. It doesn't take much to figure that out. It is what you've been searching for your entire life. It is so close to you that if you're using the mind at all, you'll miss it. You can't use the mind. We're learning not to use the mind. Okay? We are not talking about the brain. The mind is an illusion. Right? And the mind has created the ego to assist it in the illusion. Now, is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Actually, a good thing. The reason it's a good thing is that the ego mind teaches us many things. Now, of course, if you're not aware of it, and you're totally seduced into it, then you'll go through a lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, not knowing any of this. But I believe that more and more of us on this planet alone are beginning to choose to embrace our childlike curiosity about all of this. And what is that? Well, you remember when you were a kid, you were curious about everything. You name it, you were curious about it. That's what we need. Did we lose that? No, we still have it. It's within us. Might be covered up with a bunch of blankets or smudged over. All you got to do is just uncover it, shine it up, put it front and center. The greatest opportunity of a lifetime is simply to be here now. The greatest opportunity of a lifetime is simply to be here now. Now, with all of our habits and everything, that's, for a lot of people, that's not easy peasy. Okay? When we allow this moment to sink into our body, we become complete with life, and life becomes complete with us. You instantly fall into yourself again and again and again. You discover that your deepest innermost essence was always here. And to connect with it is as simple as passing a rake over the fertile soil, your soul. Simply reach down and touch the dirt. You'll discover the magical core of your being instantly. You can instantly realize that you are, and always were, intimately connected with an all-powerful, intelligent energy that is already helping you manifest everything you desire. All of us are magical beings. We are already manifesting. We are manifesting beings who have been simply conditioned and programmed. That's it. Okay? All of us. We're already magical manifesting beings who we've been conditioned and programmed by parents, siblings, schools, teachers, TV, media, to make us believe we are not. It's worked pretty good, hasn't it? And once we know that we are very powerful, we do not have to exercise this power. We can simply manifest anything we want at any moment. And since most of us around in other words, most of the people around you are likely still asleep to this knowledge. And it will take every bone in your body to create the strength needed to wake yourself up completely to it. Almost every human being on this planet Earth becomes lost in the illusions and beliefs of others. We came into this incarnation with blinding past karma to clear away, and are thus deeply unaware that there is a great divine source emanating already within our very being. As Nietzsche quoted, one must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. Now, I believe that some of us know that when the mind is habitually distracted by thoughts, constantly getting lost in a vast sea of things, ideas, future concepts, and memories, it forgets the real reason we are here. To find that golden castle hidden deep in the hills. Yet sometimes, even though we may think we are sidetracked, if we have not totally forgotten the possibility that there is a greater power inside of us in this now moment, we are almost all the way home. You just need to make it your number one priority if you wish to access it 24 hours a day. And the only way you could possibly miss finding the magical core of your being is by being distracted by some thought inside the mind. There are many things that the mind believes is more amazing and will do anything to get you there. It will want you to work harder to get you there. And yet once it arrives, it will doubt that you have arrived. So see, you get there and then you say to yourself, wait a minute, is this it? There's got to be something else. When you are living up in your head, always following the mind, imagining this and that, you will feel lost. This is normal and the right experience for those who live in between the ears. When you are connecting with your innermost magical being, the mind seems like a dry, thirsty desert. You are already swimming in the vast ocean. When you've arrived at your magical core, you'll notice that the images in your mind will change. Yet, you always feel connected at your core to the source of life. You'll feel free from the mind. And yet able to use the mind to redirect you back into this magical core essence of who, what you are. What is the magical core? It's the God. It's the pure consciousness. It's a cosmic flow of energy. It's in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And when you do embrace it, it is not about creating a new experience of you or a bigger understanding of who you are. It's more simple than that. It's all about diving into what your experience of life is, as it is, right now. You do not realize how much you are trapped up in your head. Thoughts are always flying by, and you're still attempting to deal with them. Do not touch the thoughts. You can just watch them, like they're clouds in the far away. You walk off in the sky, you see all these clouds just moving, and then you look and they're gone. Do not embrace them. Do not pull them in. Do not interact with them. And thoughts are always flying by, for all of us, all the time. And we're still attempting to deal with them. That's why we just let them go. Let them float by. And when life gives us a great challenge, such as how to master our mind, the best way we can meet this divine opportunity is to just feel calm, relaxed, and at ease inside. Know that practicing this in itself will master the mind. And the day we can remain truly relaxed, all the way to our core. In other words, all the way to the God that we are. All day long. Then you'll know you have arrived. And this God core, this pure consciousness, this magical core, whatever you want to call it, of our innermost being is found through this infinite dive deeper and deeper inside ourselves. It's the most sacred and awesome thing you can explore with your life in this universe. Reality comes shining through when you return to what is real. The innermost core of your being, which is the God, is actually the only thing that is real. Everything else is transitory. The mind and its excessive worry-filled imagination was your everyday reality, yet could change as swiftly into a cosmic consciousness with your next breath of air. All it needs is a tiny opening in the door of your being. And the very moment your mind has found the source of stillness inside you, you will know this truth. This innermost core of your being is the final frontier. We are here to explore. At the core of you is the spiritual source of existence. It is what gives us life, breathes life through us. It is the reason for all enjoyment, pleasure, and freedom from suffering. It is what we really are when the continuous mind chatter gets quiet. When we truly explore the source from where every little thought arises, we simply experience a unique yet eternal expression of ourself. We'll call our beingness. And the result is absolute freedom and the realization that we always had the option to be free from suffering, and we'll have that option always and forevermore. Does it make sense that I do not believe at all that any of us choose to suffer. Oh, I'm going to suffer in this life. I've chosen to suffer in this life. I don't believe that, I believe that many of us just aren't aware at all. And we believe, well, this is what's been handed to me in my life, so I'm going to, accept it. And it's actually the opposite when you say, well, the mind tricked me, and so I embraced this thought, brought it in, created it in my reality, and what a disaster that was, but I learned from it. So you begin to, I'm not going to take that thought. I'm just not going to engage it. It'll come in, it'll register with you. And then you'll just for a brief moment, like the space between heartbeats, you'll identify and say, no, I'm just going to let that go. No matter how curious we are, that's curiosity gets us sometimes, and I want to know more about that one. So we pull it in. Some of us are becoming more aware that we just decide that we aren't going to suffer anymore. That's it, period. We've learned a lot from it for just a millennia of incarnations. See, when we do arrive, because we will, all of us, at the core of our being, in other words, when we meet the God that we are within, we authentically feel in touch with everything in life. There is this 100% honest relationship that naturally happens with others. And you cannot lie to anyone or anything. You are with yourself in a way that you can only speak your greatest possible truth. Imagine that on this planet. Remember, anything's possible. Now, if and when you would lie about something, you would instantly feel a great disconnect and subtle pain with your core. A small fib makes you feel 1,000,000 miles away from home and living on some imaginary cloud made of unstable thoughts. It is only when we speak our truth, dive into feeling the truth of who we are, and live from this radical honesty, that the magical core is naturally revealed. Quote from Vernon Howard, receptivity is your personal effort. You must not try to do anything else, for in fact, you can't do anything else. If we are standing in darkness and do our part by opening the door, the light rushes in to meet us. We're living in a world filled with energy and information that is extremely impermanent and constantly changing, as well as our body, our houses, our kids. They won't look the same 5 years from now, let alone 10 years from now, not to mention the next 40 years, unless you establish a deep connection with the spiritual source of infinite energy inside you. See, you will learn that you will be able to stay young for a very long time without any technologies. You will learn this. And we have outfitted the civilization and afford them to learn it through certain technologies, with their well-knowing of it. What would that mean? It would mean that you would live for as long as you chose to live in a healthy, young, vibrant body till you decided it was time for you to move on. Forever. Okay? Forever. Now, our great ancestors did this. They lived to be they lived to be 900 to 3,000 years old. And for them, it was probably all they cared to live in that one body. The unlimited potential energy is always inside us at the God, the core, and is ready for us to reveal ourselves to it right now. Massive positive change begins with one simple choice. The decision is to relax deeply into the experience that you're all having right now. Once you consciously and continuously choose this, you can release your rushing habit and lifestyle that believes there's somewhere better than here now. Only then can you access The ability to give yourself permission to relax. And when you have no concept of time and are truly honoring the timeless, eternal being that you are, you can actually relax into the core of your innermost being. We leave time alone. Eventually, time will not be your master. One might say, well, geez, it sounds like we've got a lot of masters. Well, in some ways, we do. Are any of them real? No. Created by our mind. Imagine living, existing without time. Doesn't exist. You don't have any time. You really don't. You can get to the point of comprehension to the extent of knowing that, wow, this is wild. I have no constraints anymore, no limitations. I'm not stressed out anymore. I don't feel a rush and a hurry anymore. I don't have to look at the time. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, guys, look at the time. Boy, does time fly. Can you believe how fast time is flying by? It just seemed like we just got through entering the month of March. Now we're ending the month of April. Wow, time is really going by. Time is a construct. It's kind of an enslavement tool. And we're all susceptible to it. None of us are exempt from it. What we find out is that we don't need it. We don't need time. Is it an illusion? Yes. Absolutely. Do we know that? No. Why? Well, it's obvious because we've had all these different programs. Now, imagine that you enter a physical human body, and then you're a baby, then that baby body, and then you progress, right? The body progresses. And from day one, you're being programmed. And you can't, it sounds like you're going, oh, okay, stop that programming. You're like an open vessel, and it's just all stuff pouring in. Now imagine the information that you were programmed with was spot on, exact. That information resonated with you, and it began to teach you, about what you really are, about who you really are. Imagine the empowering part of that. Phenomenal. It's huge. You can feel the ascension process. You knowingly cease to focus your attention on certain things and shift your attention to other things, that you become much more aware of their validity and their truthfulness. And many of us are transcending this darker, heavier dimensional frequencies. We've decided to. One might ask oneself, well, see, why am I deciding to do this? Because I feel it's the direction I want to take to finally discover who and what I am. Imagine having a life not knowing who and what you really are. But on the physical material plane, you believe that you're what? Bill Johnson, Mary Jane, with a human this body and, family and loved ones and life, job, all this stuff. And none of that's you. It's a temporary excursion. It's like you're going to go on it may sound strange, you're going on a adventure vacation. You're not going to be gone long. And believe you me, 90 years isn't long. It's like a blink of the eye. But you're going to go on this vacation. And in a vacation you'll determine that vacation is done, and that you're going to go and do something else. This is all about discovering, for every one of us, as we choose, in this life, that we come to the full realization and awareness that we are the God, that we are all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We always have been. And it isn't about all that out there. We created that for our own entertainment. What is it about? It's about you. It's about you manifesting the life that you desire and want. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you, because everything outside of you is a reflection of what's inside of you. So when you come to the full realization that you are the God, that you are inhabiting that vessel, that omnipotently powerful vessel that you use as a God to manifest anything you choose. And also to be in heart-mindedness means that it wouldn't mess things up. Ego mind would mess things up a lot. But in heart-mindedness, there wouldn't be anything messed up, anything derogatory. You'd be at peace. I mean, deep peace. You'd be in total tranquility, nirvana. You would be in deep eternal love, because you would have identified and recognized and embraced the God that you truly are. And not the material physical, the spiritual. That's why I've shared over and over again, and I will continue to share, that this is a massive, massive, massive spiritual evolution. And I say to people, don't miss the target. If you allow yourself to succumb to the material physical world, you will definitely miss the target. Join you in meditation. I'll return and close this up. and slow breath in through the nose. And an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath, rising and falling. See the white lotus within your heart. Deep inside of your spiritual heart is a bright white lotus flower opening its petals to the sun. This flower is made of pure light. It is receiving healing warm rays of deep eternal love from the great light which is far deeper inside. Merge with this lotus. Feel the light in you. Trust in the sensations of these petals and realize how perfect they are. Notice how this enlightened being blossoms naturally inside when you are seeing the perfection inside you. I find it totally amazing how everything is always unfolding perfectly. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We'll return here Wednesday, April 23, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our time for change call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest. Eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you, nor outside of you. Open your heart and allow the magic to flow in.